Hola Caffeiños. We are Cafe Con Leche Travels. I'm David.
And I'm Travis.
And this week we wanted to share what our experience has been like being gay and black in Mexico. I feel like a lot of people have been asking kind of what that feels like, what that looks like. So we just wanted to share how that's been for us.
All right, let's go. So first, David is going to talk about what it's like to be black. And for this part of the video, I'm not going to be here. We just started filming it, and I was like, what am I doing? I was just literally sitting here like nodding. So I'm going to be over here.
So goodbye, Travis. All right. It's just me. This feels really strange, but I think it's cool that I get a chance to share, I guess, my story and experience with you guys. So I feel like there were a lot of things that happened in the year of 2020, like it did for so many people, but I think personally for me, it kind of woke me up to some things and some sad truths and honest feelings and emotions that I felt about being a Black American and what that really looked like for me and for so many other people. I do want to start by saying I am grateful to be an American. I'm glad to be from America, where there's just plenty of opportunities and plenty of diversity and ways to be able to show that and kind of speak your story. But there also is a lot of history and a lot of things that we just have to be honest about. And I just feel like that really just hit me kind of square in the face this last year with the administration that was in office and with the uprising of just Black people really saying, hey, we need to be heard. So I grew up in predominantly white spaces, kind of was always the only person of color wherever I was. But I kind of felt like, or I guess in my mind, I took that as an opportunity to just be the example and to share with people that this is what it looks like to be a normal Black human, which is a lot of responsibility and it brought a lot of anxiety and a lot of feeling kind of alone and misunderstood in a lot of places that I grew up in. But I just kind of have always been a person that kind of tucked that stuff away. I never really wanted to be problematic or stereotypical to certain people to kind of build up whatever thought they already had about what Black people were. So I always became like this quiet, meek Black person who didn't stir the pot, who didn't argue, who didn't say, hey, you know, what you said might have been a little racist. I just never was that person. But like I said, this last year, I feel like I really kind of woke up to the fact that in America, Black people have always kind of been treated in this way that the cards are stacked up against us no matter what we do. No matter how educated you are, no matter how fluent you are in any kind of language or communication, no matter what you have, your skin has always come first, and that's what people see and look at. So they make so many assumptions about who you are before they even get a chance to get to know you or talk to you or anything like that. I feel like watching on loop so many Black people be arrested and brutalized in the streets this past year, really, maybe for you too, it just traumatized me like it had never before, because like I said, I couldn't escape seeing that in front of my face, and it was sad. It was just alarming that Black people in a country like America are expected to wake up every day and try to live a normal life where we go to work and go to school and interact with our families and our friends, all the while we're watching people that look like us on our TV screens be beaten. And this has been for years and years and years that this has been. So I never saw myself being able to leave that. I just thought that was kind of the truth of where we are, and my role was to just be a bright, shining example of what normal human Black Americanness looks like. But like I said, that was too much. It was too much for me to try to carry, as well as not. I hadn't worked through my own emotions about how I really felt about that. So I felt like this was an opportunity to really find peace, I guess, with myself, with who I am as a Black person, who I am as a human, who I am as an American, and to just really gain peace in my mind and in my heart about how beautiful that is, how amazing that is, that I don't have to be afraid of that, I don't have to be scared of that. I can rest in knowing that as a Black person, I bring a lot to the table. And I don't think I ever really was confident in that. I never really looked at that. I never had a chance to sit with that. And so as hard as it was to really sit in that trauma, I feel like leaving America and coming to a place like Mexico where no one has really said anything, or at least I feel like in America, you know what racism feels like. You know what it looks like. You know that when you walk into a room, the way that you're looked at is not because of anything but your skin. You know what that uncomfortable feeling is. And here, I have not experienced that. If I have experienced a weird look, I feel like it's just because I'm a foreigner, but not, it doesn't feel the same as being someone who's looked at because they think I'm gonna steal something from their store, or I'm a gang member, or anything weird like that. So that has been kind of peaceful here in this space. I feel like there's just been an opportunity to also gain things that I feel like I could not gain in America. I've been able to save money. I have a savings account now. I feel like I just have more. Some of that is obvious because it's less expensive to live in a place like Mexico, but I don't think I've ever experienced that freedom of having or not feeling Black, I guess I could say. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was always kind of behind the ball in everything that I did. I could never get ahead of my finances. I could never get ahead of my bills. I felt like I always was kind of underwater all the time. And I thought that it was just me. I thought that I was just a person who, I don't know, and I feel like I really took this on, that I was just someone who just couldn't get my life together. I thought I was someone who just couldn't figure it out. And I have like lived with that for years and years. But I feel like a lot of that just had to do with the fact that as a Black person in America, that is your reality. You just have so much against you, and it's like, I don't even understand why. You don't know me, you don't know my story, you don't know what I offered, but yet that is the truth that you're given. So I feel like coming to Mexico, I haven't felt that, or if I felt a release from that. I feel like also as an artist, because I haven't had to view myself in a starving artist role or like lacking, it's given me space to get the things that I need. So I have been able to kind of create a home studio for myself, which I never saw that vision ever coming true because I just didn't have the finances or space to do that. And I've been able to do that here. So I feel like as an artist, that has kind of relieved me of feeling like that's just one more thing that I won't be able to do because I'm lacking so much. So I feel like that has been huge for me as an artist, as a gay Black artist. I think leaving LA, I thought that I maybe wouldn't be able to still create spaces and collaborate with other people, and kind of due to COVID that already was in motion with doing all these kind of remote things with people. So I've been able to do that even while in Mexico. I still create stuff with people, and that has been life-giving as well. There is a Black community here in Merida, which has been amazing to see and connect with other Black expats that are doing and thinking the same, that they too thought, why am I in a place where I can't have whatever I want to have, or provide to my family the way that I want to provide to my family. So it's been fun to see other Black expats also here, kind of living out this thing of we too can experience more. I know too that this isn't like the end all be all answer, and I would love to know if you're a Black American watching this, how you have felt over the last year of the things that and the truths that have kind of been presented, if that wasn't something that you already were thinking about. In a lot of ways, I me and Travis talked about this. I thought maybe, am I escaping? Because there's so many things now that people should know. But I also am a firm believer in that my peace is important and it comes first. So I knew that that was important, and I felt like I was always a giver. I was always kind of giving myself to be that example for people. And I think now is a great opportunity for me to say, no, my peace matters, and do whatever you need to do to gain that peace. And I think coming to Mexico has been that for me. So I think it's time to bring Travis back so he can share with me also what it's been like to be gay in Mexico. So let's bring him back. Hey, welcome back.
I hope you guys found that helpful. I just love David. And
love you too.
I was just like behind the camera, just like crying. So now we can talk about what it's been like to be gay. It's been horrible. I'm just kidding. It has been a true non-issue.
Not even like at all.
And like we were coming from Los Angeles, where obviously it's also not that big of a deal. We're not coming from, you know, rural America that may or may not have issues with a gay interracial couple. But we were curious before we moved here what being gay would be like in Mexico. We just didn't know how conservative maybe people were, or if there was threats to safety around being, you know, a couple renting houses and going shopping and all that stuff. And there has not been a single weird moment, not with our broker, not with any of the brokers that we met, not with any of the landlords that we met with, not with like older people, younger people. It's been nothing.
Yeah, and even Merida is considered a more conservative city in Mexico, but I think I was talking to Edna, our realtor, and she said that they just really foster a thought process of live and let live.
Obviously, it might be different. If you're Mexican, your family might have different issues with coming out. We don't know, obviously, but what we can say is we've seen multiple gay couples out, both Mexican and foreign. We know of and have messaged with and have heard from and heard about a ton of gay expats who are retiring or would like to retire or about to retire in Merida.
Yeah, and even in the expat group, the black expat group that I follow, there's gay black expats that are in that group too.
Everyone's gay. If you're here, you're probably. If that is a question that you have or are wondering, from our experience in the last 3 months and from hearing from so many other expats who've been here much longer than we have, that it has been very welcoming, very warm, and not an issue.
We just wanted to share our story, a little bit about what that's been like for us.
Hope that you guys found any of this helpful. Like David said, leave comments, questions, thoughts below. We'd love to hear from you guys. We love interacting with you, so keep that going.
We come out with new videos every Thursday, so stay tuned for more with us and what we're doing around Mexico.
And I'm just gonna interrupt for a second. David has this beautiful song that he wrote, Determined, and we're gonna link the video below if you wanna check that out. And just as you're reflecting on this past year of racial reckoning in America, it's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Thanks.
So check that out. All right, here comes our tagline.
Hasta luego.
We'll see you next time.